on June 12, 2026, Anthropic received a letter from the US government at 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time. By the end of the evening, their two most powerful AI models, Fable 5 and Mythos 5, were completely shut down. Not paused, not restricted, shut down for everyone. This is the first time the US government has ever issued an export control directive against an AI model, and it is the story that every developer building with AI needs to understand. So let's start with what we know. On June 12th, the US Department of Commerce sent Anthropic a directive under National Security Export Control Authorities. The order was clear. No foreign national anywhere in the world, including foreign employees working inside the US, could access Fable 5 or Mythos 5. And here is the timeline how fast this all happened. June 9th, Fable 5 launches publicly. June 12th, US Commerce Department sends directive at 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time. And that was the day when US government put a ban on foreign national access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5. June 12th itself, Anthropic disables both models for all customers, as there was no geographic workaround possible. And on June 13th, Anthropic publishes public statement saying, "We are complying, but publicly they disagree with the directive." Because Anthropic couldn't technically enforce foreign nationals only access in real time, they had to shut it down for everyone, including paying enterprise customers, including US citizens. Now let's understand what is Fable 5 and why does it matter. Before we get into why the government did this, you need to exactly understand why it was banned. Fable 5 was Anthropic's most advanced model to date, more powerful than Claude Opus, with stronger reasoning, coding, and cybersecurity capabilities. It launched just 3 days before the ban. If you have been building with Claude, whether that is Sonnet or Haiku, Fable 5 was the next level up. Think of it like a tiered system. So Mythos 5 is the most powerful, access to only research partners. Fable 5 is the most powerful, commercially available, which was then banned by US. Claude Opus is still available, Claude Sonnet still available, and that is the most popular for developers. Claude Haiku is still available, and it is the fastest and lightest of all the models. Well, the ban only affects Fable 5 and Mythos 5. All other Claude models, Opus, Sonnet, Haiku are completely unaffected. But if you were one of the developers or enterprise who had just migrated to Fable 5 or were building products on top of it, you woke up the next morning and find your AI was gone. Now, why did government pull it? Well, the government's stated reason was a jailbreak. Specifically, officials told Anthropic they had become aware of a technique to bypass Fable 5's safeguards, particularly its cybersecurity capabilities. A jailbreak in this context means tricking the model into doing something it was trained to refuse. The concern was that foreign adversary could use this to get Fable 5 to help find vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure. Now, here is where it gets interesting. The jailbreak in question was described as asking the model to read a specific code base and fix any software flaws. That's it. That was the jailbreak. Well, Anthropic reviewed the demonstration and pushed back hard. They said, this is a narrow, non-universal jailbreak. It doesn't broadly unlock the model's capabilities. The same technique works on GPT 5.5, which has not been banned. This kind of capability is used every single day by defenders. Those are security professionals who keep systems safe. Let's first look into jailbreak classification. There is universal jailbreak, which bypasses all safeguards broadly. And none of these universal jailbreaks were found in Fable 5. Then there are non-universal jailbreak. Jailbreak that passes one specific restriction in one context. This is what the government found. They built Fable 5 with a defense in-depth strategy, which makes jailbreaks narrow and then monitor for them and then patch quickly. The government's move, they argued, ignored all of that. Well, Anthropic's public statement is worth reading closely. They said 3 things. First, they are complying with the directive. They don't have a choice, it's a legal order. Second, they disagree with the quote. We disagree that the finding of a narrow potential jailbreak should be cause for recalling commercial model deployed to hundreds of millions of people. Third, they warned about precedent. If this standard were applied consistently, it would essentially halt all new model deployments for every frontier AI company. Because no model is perfectly jailbreak proof. Not Fable 5, not GPT 5.5, not Gemini, none of them. They also pointed out something striking. The same jailbreak reportedly works on OpenAI's GPT 5.5, which is not subject to any export control directive. That inconsistency is exactly the kind of thing that should make developers pay attention, because it tells you this decision may not be purely technical. Well, then what does this mean for developers? If you are building products with AI APIs, here is what you need to take away. Number one is that model availability is no longer guaranteed. You could be building on a model that gets shut down overnight. This isn't theoretical anymore. This happened. So always build with fallback models. Don't hardcode a single model name into production infrastructure. The better practice is always have a fallback chain. Second is export controls on AI are now real. This was widely discussed in policy circles, but now it has happened. If you are building a global product that uses frontier AI APIs, government regulation of model access is now a risk to architect around. Jailbreaking has geopolitical consequences. Jailbreaks are not just a safety hazard. Governments are watching the jailbreaks. If a model gets jailbroken in a way that touches national security, the entire model can be taken offline. That risk now lives in your system architecture, whether you thought about it or not. So what now? Anthropic said they are working to restore access as soon as possible. They believe this is a misunderstanding and plan to share more technical details about why the cited jailbreak doesn't warrant the response. The bigger questions are still open. Will the government apply the same standard to GPT 5.5 or Gemini? Will Congress create a formal, transparent process for AI export controls? Will Anthropic challenge the directive legally? Anthropic has publicly stated they support government oversight of unsafe AI deployments, but they want the process to be transparent, technically grounded, and fair. What happened here, they argue, was none of those things. However this resolves, the precedent has been set. The Fable 5 ban is a turning point. For the first time, the US government has pulled an AI model out of production in the name of national security. Whether you think this was the right call or not, it signals that AI regulation has arrived, and it arrived fast. If you are a developer building with AI today, the lesson is simple. Design for resilience. Models will change, policies will shift, and what is available today may not be available tomorrow. So build carefully and always have a fallback option. Subscribe to AI with Ruchi for more AI news and deep dives built for developers. And drop a comment below. Do you think the government made the right call here? See you in the next one.